7% up year on year. That's attributable to the efforts we took in last year in getting our reinsurance costs dropped. This is where we really see the impact of that, because it's the first quarter that we can see where we were at in reinsurance last year. The effect came in July 1. You had a blended rate for the remainder of the year, and this is a true year-to-year comparison. Got a lot of decreases in the reinsurance costs. That helps a bit. Earned premium, doing real well, up on year, better than planned. Now comes where we didn't quite execute as well. Our losses, a little bit worse than planned. 2.4 percentage points worse than planned. Well, then how are we right at plan if our losses are worse than planned? Because our expenses are favorable to plan. So that's the balance. If you lose at one place and we make it up on the other. We've been keeping our expenses really strongly in line, so we're right in play here. And there's the 1 point. I'll jump down here. Combined ratio 101.4 to 101.5. Well, losses 2.4 worse. Expenses 2.5% better. We should be 0.1% better. That's the higher math lesson for today. Arithmetic works, but we're doing real well. But in that number, that 2.4 percentage points, 2.7 percentage points was the really bad event that we had in February, the Round Valley Fire. I don't know if any of you really know about that event. It hit California community pretty hard. This was a small community just north of Bishop. Had 90 homes in the community. 40 of them were burned totally to the ground. We had 2 losses in that. And this isn't your small little community. These were really nice homes up there. So we took a pretty big hit, severe losses. You know, we took about a 2.7% hit, but our reinsurers took a big hit also because they picked the excess side of that up. So, you know, if you take that 2.7, that means basically our losses are attritional loss. When you exclude either a cat or a large loss, we're right on plan. We're executing as we thought we would be. So it's our initial expected loss ratios that we put for the year are tracking. We're tracking with our development from prior years. It's really through 1 quarter of a year, we're spot on plan. You know, like I said earlier, we took a lot of gains last year to support our portfolio or income at the beginning of the year. We're not taking them. So again, we're right on. We've presented this aspect here a couple of times, how we look at from the independent agents and our partners. Our loss ratio at 59.3, looking really good on a direct basis. UU's is a little higher. They have the benefit of having lower expenses. But I want to focus right here on this 40.4. That's a combined claims adjustment, acquisition costs, commissions to the agents, plus our internal. The industry, which is typical for our industry, is 42 if you're an independent agent channel. We're coming in at 40.4. So that's 1.6 less. We're driving that down. Our goal is to get that into the 30s. We're not there yet, but we're making the inroads. It's all working real well. So independent agents, 104. UU is accretive to our income, coming in at 94 for a 101.4. And this is good. This is actually what we plan. We do have some seasonality in our losses. We do know that, you know, the 4th quarter of the year is typically our worst one because that's when we're subject to those big cat events. The 1st quarter is the next worst, and then it gets better over the course of the year as we start running into better weather. But again, good so far. Bad